Welcome back to another episode in Java. Today I'm gonna teach you about the linked hash map in the collections framework. I'll show you some methods and how to implement them and how to work with the linked hash map class. The Java linked hash map class is a hash table and linked list implementation of the map interface with predictable iteration order. It inherits hash map class and implements the map interface. The Java linked hash map contains values based on the key. It contains unique elements, may have one null key and multiple null values. The Java linked hash map is non-synchronized. The Java linked hash map maintains insertion order. The initial default capacity of Java hash map class is 16 with a load factor of 0.75. So what is said here is that the linked hash map is a hash table and linked list implementation of the map interface with predictable iteration order. Well, it inherits from the hash map class and implements the map interface. It has values based on key and contains unique elements and may have one null key and multiple values and is non-synchronized and maintains insertion order. So that's it for the linked hash map. Let's begin coding. Now we'll see how to put values to our linked hash map. First of all, let's make a class. I'll have a class called class main, and inside it I'll have the main method, and inside it I'll say linked hash map, and likewise you can see the java.tutorial.linked hash map was imported, and after that let's give it some key value types. First of all, I'll give the key as integer and the value as string, and after that I'll call this hs and make it equals to new linked hash map. Okay, and after that we'll add some values. hs dot put, you can put first we must give a id. We'll call this 11 and we'll have a value for this, a string value for this. We say Kulesh, and after that hs dot put 13 and value will be Johnny, and hs dot put 34 key, the value will be Percy, and after that hs dot put 61 will be the key and the value will be Dracula. Okay, now after this let's have a for loop. In the for loop we'll say map dot entry and we'll call this n and we'll make it equal to hs dot entry set, and after that we'll list out n dot get key plus and space, and we'll give hs dot get n dot get value. Okay, now let's run this and check the output and see how the linked hash map puts values inside the linked hash map. We got our output. First comes Kulesh with the ID 11, then Johnny with the ID 13, then Percy with the ID 34, and finally Dracula with the ID 61 was put inside our linked hash map when we implemented this. Now we'll see how to get the keys, values, and both the keys and values inside the linked hash map. We'll have hs.keySet. We'll s out the hs.keySet to get the keys. Then we'll have another s out that prints hs.values. And finally, we'll have another s out that prints hs.entrySet with the key value pairs all. Now let's run this and check the output. First of all, from the hs.keySet we got our IDs as seen here 11, 13, 45 and 65, and then from the values method we got our values Coolidge, Johnny, Samael and Percy, and finally by the entrySet method we got our key value pairs with 11 Coolidge, 13 Johnny, 45 Samael and 61 Percy. That's how we use these methods to bring out the values and keys of our linked hash map. Now we'll see how to implement the remove method for our linked hash map. First of all, let's remove all this code, and we'll have an s out that prints all the keys and values of our linked hash map. Then we'll have hs.remove, and we will pass a key to remove one of the values from our linked hash map. We'll say key 45, and after that we'll print out our key value pairs again. We'll say hs.entrySet. Now let's print this and check the output. We got our output. So first 11 Coolidge, 13 Johnny, 45 Samael and 61 Percy was printed. So after removing 45th ID or key, we got only 11 Coolidge, 13 Johnny and 61 Percy without Samael. That's how we remove values from our linked hash map. Now let's see another method that will remove all our elements. We'll have hs.clear here, and let's see the output after printing after using clear. Okay, what happened was our first values were printed 11 Coolidge, 13 Johnny, Samael, 45, 61 Percy, and after clear we removed all our values. Clear removed all our values in our linked hash map. All our integer string key value pairs were deleted when we used the clear method inside our code. So to remove all the values, we must use the clear method inside our linked hash map. Now we'll see an example for the get method. We'll say here hs.get, and we'll provide our ID to get the value of our linked hash map. We say 11 here, and we'll have another s out that prints hs.get 45. Now let's run this and check the output. We got our values. For the get, we got our 11th ID Coolidge. Then for the other get 45, we got Samael printed. So that's how we get values from our linked hash map. And let's see another method. We'll have an S out, and here we'll say HS dot size. Let's check the size of our values. We got 4. So because there are 4 values and key value pairs, we got 4 as the output for the HS.size by implementing the size method inside our linked hash map. Now we'll see another method. We'll remove all this code from here and we'll have an sout that prints HS dot contains value, and we'll provide a value for this. We say foolish, and after that we'll have an if here. We'll check if HS dot contains value Percy, and inside the if block we'll put the S out of the HS dot contains value Kulesh. Let's check if this returns true or false. It returned true because our linked hash map contains Percy. We got this output as true because as always these values are true. So because of the HS.contains value had Kulesh, also we got our output as true. Now let's give this a wrong value. We say Percy B, and let's check the output. We got nothing because this happened because Percy B is not there, so the if block will be not working afterwards after Percy B, after contains value Percy B. So that's why we didn't get any answer for this example. Now we'll see another method. We'll have HS dot replace, and inside it we'll first give the key of the value we want to replace. We say 45 and we'll give a value. We say Jack, and after that we'll S out our key value pairs. We say HS dot entry set, and now let's run and check the output. This time our output came. We got 11 Kulesh, 13 Johnny, and wow, we got 45 Jack. And after that 61 Percy. So Jack replaced Samuel as the next index of the 45th value. So that's how we replace values inside our linked hash map. So I think you got a clear understanding about the replace method by this example. Now let's see another method. We'll have a if here that says HS dot is empty, and inside we'll have an S out to print the HS dot hash code of our linked hash map. Then we'll have a else that prints not empty if the HS or the linked hash map is not empty. Now let's run this and check the output. We got not empty. This happened because the linked hash map is not empty. It has values, so we got not empty printed. If it doesn't have any values, we will get our hash code. To get the hash code, we will note this HS dot is empty. And let's check the output again. Now we got our hash code for our linked hash map. Because the linked hash map is not empty, we got this output for our linked hash map example about the isEmpty method and the link hash code method. Alrighty, till now I have taught you about the linked hash map in our Java collection framework. I have told you about the linked hash map and how to work with key value pairs of the linked hash map. And I have taught you some methods which can be used with the linked hash map. So, till here I have taught you about the linked hash map. I think you would have got a clear understanding of the linked hash map and its method from this video, and I hope that would happen. So, today's lesson is over. I'll see you with another collection framework lesson another time. I'll see you another day. So, till then, goodbye guys, and please take care.